Hey, Brocky. Hey,
Hey,
Adam.
Jeff, what's going on?
You tell me what's going on. I see a smoker like that in a barbecue. You know I have to pull over.
It's game day. We got to do some cooking.
If you've got room, I'll park this beast and I'm getting in there.
Let's do
I'm
it.
not a sports guy, but when I see a barbecue like that, I have to be there.
Hey,
Jeff.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Come on in.
There has got to be a story behind this.
Yeah,
I mean, you
well,
don't drive by somebody's house every day and see this. And who do we got with us today?
this is my buddy Terry, and this is his
Terry?
grill
Nice
here.
to meet you. What?
It's
So what's the story behind this?
Terry can tell you all the history of it. It's custom built down in Georgia, I believe.
Yeah, got bored one day and decided to play around some barbecue. 2 trips to Georgia later, and here we are.
So you invited everybody over. You got a garage full of guys. You got
We do.
beer on ice and lots of food cooking. So hey, I'm going to join you. All right. So Kevin, you're doing the queso, I guess, today. And we got poblanos and we got the world's biggest smoker, man. This thing's
Absolutely. So we're gonna put a char on these poblanos. We're gonna do a Wisconsin queso with a Bobby Flay flair, and here we go. Just get a nice char right on the fire.
chucking
with
them
these
right
bad
on the
boys.
fire. I love it.
That's a great thing about a rig like this, Jeff, is the versatility of it.
So that's it. All we want to see is the skin blistering on these poblanos.
And are you going to peel the skins
Yeah,
off?
I'm gonna
You're
take them inside, let them cool a little bit, let them sit, and then we're gonna peel the skin off, clean them up, and get them prepped for the queso.
All right, let's go do it.
Let's do it.
Perfect. Rocky, I think it's time we knight you and present you with the Chillin N Grillin with Jeff apron.
Oh, wow, that's great.
You are now
Thanks,
part of
Jeff.
anybody with a smoker like that in the barbecue
Yeah.
gets a free apron going on.
All right.
You've got a lot going on, so I'm going to keep calling you in and saying, let us know and do some introductions.
Sounds good.
Kevin, come on over here and tell us what you got going on.
All right, we just peeled the skin off the poblanos. We're gonna cut them up, get the seeds out of them. The skin it's literally just the texture.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is we want to break down the poblanos inside the sauce, and the skin stops it from breaking down.
Oh, okay. And what do we have in here to start with?
We have a little cheddar cheese soup mix with some heavy cream. Then we're gonna add some queso. I've got some smoked Gouda, some aged cheddar, and some cheese curds right from Seattle.
Do you want that in there now, Kevin?
Absolutely.
You've got some meat sitting here as part of your prep for the queso. Tell me
absolutely.
about that.
So that meat is Australian, grass-fed, and then we just mix it with a little bit of seasoning, and we're gonna actually put it on top of the queso while it smokes. So the flavors.
Sort of on a grate, like?
Yeah, absolutely. On a cooking grate, so the flavors resonate into the queso, and then when it's all cooked, we'll mix it all together.
So once
and,
this is done, we're just going to put it on the smoker outside. Do you think there's room on the smoker? Should we get another smoker?
we're gonna have to
good?
figure it out. We're probably gonna have to play
move
with
a few
real
things
estate.
around.
I do have a couple extras kicking around just in case.
yeah.
We call this process over the top. So I call this over the top.
Like
queso.
over the top chili.
Yeah.
Everything we do here is over the top. Welcome to Brock Manor.
Do you mix it together now, or are we just going to go throw it on the smoker?
We're gonna throw it on the smoker.
Let's do it.
All right, let's pop it right on there. Yeah, and then the over the top, of course, is just gonna go right over the top. Just like that.
So, Brocky, I see you bring in the big guns when you get serious with doing some
Big
barbecue in there.
games, big
Chef
barbecues,
Andrew.
big chefs, buddy.
We all recognize Chef Andrew from Craft Pharmacy. So
Hi, Jeff.
You just happened to show up today, I guess, like me, right? You were walking by and said, "What is going on here?"
Yeah, I saw the smoker. Terry's in town, so we got to hook up.
What are you going to whip up for us today? I see some great looking. This doesn't look like ground beef.
This is moose meat.
So right away we notice the color, much more deep red.
Yeah,
than
very
seaweed
rich,
meat, yeah.
very good for you.
What are you going to make? Let me.
Well, I'm going to
you
do
run with
some
it.
moose sliders because it's a football party. So we're going to have
Because,
some
right?
snacks. I have some beautiful smoked bacon. I'm going to serve with it. I'm going to caramelize some onions with a wild blueberry jam.
Of course.
And I have some brie cheese as well that we're going to slice on and melt that on.
You know, just the average slider, right?
Yeah.
You got to love how Andrew was just walking by, but had moose meat ready to go.
And some brie cheese, right?
That's a brie cheese.
All right, let's make some sliders.
Yeah, so very simple. I've got just my moose meat. I've got some kosher salt. I'm going to mix into that. And I'm going to twist in some black pepper. I have some breadcrumbs. That's all I'm adding. I really want to taste the meat. We're just going to mix that up.
And the breadcrumbs are just to hold it together, are
Hold
they,
it
Andrew, so
together.
they don't fall apart?
Yeah, no egg, but then, you know, if you want to make it a little special and a little juicy, I got a little secret ingredient, mayonnaise.
Little mayonnaise
Just
in the
a little
burger.
bit of mayonnaise.
So this is how you're adding the moisture
To it.
and
Yeah.
just a little
It's
kick
gonna
of
help
flavor.
steam it up inside and keep it moist. So we're looking 2 ounces. That's a good 3 ounce right there.
And then we're going to hit the
Tighten
grill
it
with
up.
that with some bacon.
Well, I'm going to cook off the bacon on the grill and the skillet. Then we're going to cook these in the bacon fat.
course we
But we're also going to do the onions before that too.
Well, why don't I give you a hand? We'll make some of these, and then we'll head out to the garage.
Perfect.
All right. Saw this big foil pan full of cheese. I thought maybe somebody else just was walking by with a bucket of cheese, but I'm guessing this is yours.
Well, it is mine. So Kevin's doing the queso out there, but I decided to do a smoked mac and cheese, which I think you guys have seen on the show before. So obviously, I got to go over the top with it.
Of course you do, yeah.
And what we're going to do, I've got 4 different blends of smoked cheese in here, some old cheddar, a block of cream cheese, and a block of Velveeta. I'm going to add a full tub of half and half cream here to it.
So this is another one of these nice healthy dishes.
Oh, absolutely. Low calorie. But we are going to turn it up a notch. What we're going to do is smoke this for 2 or 3 hours. Then I'll add it to some al dente pasta. We'll throw it back in the smoker for 15, 20 minutes. But when we pull it out is when the real magic's going to happen. So I've got a plan here that you'll see a little bit later.
Awesome. Well, let's get this on the smoker, and then we'll get back to it in a couple hours.
Sounds great.
Perfect. We're going to do some turducken. I know there's other names for
It's a
turducken.
Scotch egg
Okay.
version of a turducken.
Okay.
I have some duck eggs, which I poached off. So they're soft poached right now. I have some ground turkey, which I happen to have. I'm making a chicken gravy for it. So we're going to take the drip. I got the mirepoix cut up, ready to go, because I had some carrots, onions, and some celery, and I
Already
had some
chopped up?
stock. And what I'm going to do with this, I'm just going to take a little bit of this. So what I'm going to do, I just happen to have a rolling pin here.
Who's that funny looking guy on the can?
Yeah, I've not seen a rolling pin like that before.
So I'm just gonna make it nice and thin. We're gonna season this up, a little kosher shell,
And again, this is ground turkey.
ground turkey, yeah.
And that's
A
how
little
we're
coarse
getting the
pepper.
turducken out of it. It's the turkey, the duck egg, and then the chicken
chicken.
gravy.
And if
So-
you know me, you know I like fennel pollen.
Okay.
Little sprinkle of that.
And what kind of flavor will that add to that?
Nice, anisey, like licorice. And I made some hot sauce, some pineapple habanero. I just happen to have some. I'm gonna smear some of that on too.
And then we're
Give it
going
a
to
little-
deep fry these?
Yeah. So I'm gonna take this egg. I'm just gonna peel this turkey up, roll it around.
And then we go for the football shape.
I'm gonna do a egg wash, some flour, egg wash, and breadcrumbs.
Okay. And I see you're patching up, so you want this completely sealed.
Sealed,
in the turkey,
100%.
100%. Toss them to them one at a time.
Yeah, we're gonna line them up, pour a chicken gravy over top of it, and then you
toss
have your turducken.
Yeah. So, Brocky, when we filmed here before, you did chicken wings.
Yeah, I
And
did.
It became well known that I consider those the best chicken wings I've ever had in my life.
I
And-
appreciate
and,
that.
And I still stand by that. They were incredible. So you brought somebody in here today to cook chicken wings.
Well,
We're not doing your chicken wings.
no, we're not.
I
And,
would not want to have to cook chicken wings for you.
you know, Jamie's a Buffalo fan, so he's got to cook buffalo wings, I guess.
It's tough. He's up there.
He does a few things on the barbecue okay, but he
Yeah.
does those chicken wings.
I'll ask for help halfway through.
So this is a whole different approach from
Yeah, so this is going to be a dry rub. And no, it's not quite buffalo wings. It's a Cajun dry rub. So we'll make the rub. We'll kind of put it together, and then we'll throw them on the smoker.
Do we have enough room on that smoker?
I'm sure we do.
So what do you got going in the rub, JD?
2 tablespoons of paprika, oregano, garlic. We got salt, pepper, dried onion, and then for the spice, it's cayenne pepper. Whisk it together. I brine the chicken
So
wings
you did Brian.
beforehand.
That was the secret. Yeah.
I didn't give him my brine recipe, though, so we'll see.
Best thing is make sure you press it, right?
Oh, okay.
So you just get it right in there.
So this is truly a dry rub. You're not olive oil, nothing. You're
No,
just total
no,
dry rub.
absolutely. The biggest thing after you brine them, you want to make sure they get really dry.
You might have got that from my last episode.
Absolutely.
All right, well, let's toss these together and get them on the smoker. All right, Jay, they told me they're going to do soup on the smoker. It's a little tricky to ladle that onto the grill, I'm sure, but I'm guessing you have your methods.
Ye have little faith.
All right, so
All right, here we go, young Padawan. Here's the great thing about us is that we've all got our teams, right? So the boys got Green Bay, they got Dallas, they got Buffalo. I'm a champion, all right? So what we make is we make the TB12 New England Clam Chowder.
You know Gronk and Brady are gone, right?
Hey, it's we boys today, all right? Dem boys can stay over there. So I've already smoked the bacon. I've shaved the drippings, and we're gonna start that as our base.
There's a lot of bacon fat there, so this is all good.
That's not a lot of bacon fat. That is barely enough bacon
Barely
fat.
enough
There's
to
no
make it
such
up?
thing
Okay.
as too much. Then we're gonna take our chopped celery. We're gonna toss this in, take that onion, we're gonna throw that in there. And what we wanna do is we wanna stir this around. We're gonna let this soften up for about a minute or so. We've already got our potatoes prepped. We've got our bouillon ready. We've already got our clam juice ready. We've got our clam set. So that's going to essentially be the next piece de resistance here. We're gonna add a little bit of garlic. Now, here's the question. When I say a little bit of garlic, generally that's about a paint can full.
We'll decide what a little bit here is.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with about that much because
You weren't kidding when you said little.
when you're a champion like I am, the only thing that repels the haters more than championship rings is the smell of my breath.
And apparently shirt sleeves.
The funny thing about me losing the shirt sleeves, I flexed this morning when I woke up.
All right, so our onions and celery, everything's kind of softened up in that bacon fat.
We're gonna take these potatoes here. Now, I heavy up on potatoes, and you'll see that I heavy up on the clams. The reason for that is, especially for people that aren't true East Coasters, you want this to be a lot thicker.
More stew,
Especially,
stew-like.
yeah, for the first pass on it. So I always say,
Put about that much.
this feels good. And whenever it says, whenever you get this feels good, you know to add a little bit
more, a
extra.
little more, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we'll throw in some of that bouillon. We're gonna throw in the water. Then we're gonna throw in our clam juice. And we're gonna throw in some thyme.
So what's interesting with this is we know it doesn't look like soup yet. You're not sure what you're making. You're developing all those flavors before we even get to the soup part of it.
Now, Jay, you haven't corrected Jeff once about him calling it soup. Is this soup or is this chowder?
This is a chowder. Sorry, I gotta throw that French Canadian accent on it and harken back to my ancestors. I mean, this is a chowder. All right.
Chowder?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this to a boil, then I'm gonna let it simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then you're gonna come back to me. We're gonna throw in some half and half flour mix, and then we're gonna get the clam action going.
All right, and then we're going to toss it on the smoker.
Oh, you wait. You wait. You've never seen a tailgate like this.
All right, Jay, I'm back. How's that chowder doing?
Oh man, it's smelling
This
so
looks
good.
incredible. The potatoes
Yeah.
softened up. There's,
Look at that.
again, just layers. And here's
Still
the real.
stirring that pot?
If there's one thing I'm good at, it's stirring the pot. We're gonna take half this flour and half mixture, okay? So what we wanna do, you take a third a cup of flour, you take half a cup of half and half, you just gently stir it
This
in.
is going to thicken it up a bit for us.
Bring it to a boil only for a couple of minutes, and you can already see it whitening up. We want this to be a nice light chowder. Baby, we're in the red zone right now. We're so close. Are you ready to put this in the big pot?
Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
All right, here we go. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna transition this over to the big pot. We want that heating up on the flame. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the rest of our half and half and flour mixture. We're gonna pour that in. And again, the piece de resistance. What makes a clam chowder a clam chowder?
I'm going to guess the clams.
You guessed correctly. Jeff, I can tell that this is not your first rodeo. Generally, a recipe for a clam chowder calls for about 2 cans. What we want to do here today is kind of thicken it up. This is kind of the new virginal experience, if you will, for some of our clam chowder eaters. So I'm going to throw 3 in just to meet this up and make it a little bit more like a stew. We're going to keep this on low heat for a couple hours on that smoker. And now you're going to get that smoked clam flavor, something that you really can't pull off on a tailgate, only today on Chillin N Grillin.
Out in the driveway, they found an extra square mile of grill space on that.
Here we go, boys.
All right.
Let's take this out to the smoker.
All right, so this is for our moose sliders.
Yeah, so we have some Spanish onions, a little mix of red onion together. We're cooking it in the bacon fat.
We cannot do this in a hurry. This takes time.
Takes time.
And what are we adding to it?
Blueberry jam. I didn't have blueberries today in my car, so
But luckily you had this blueberry jam.
we're just gonna let that cook, melt
right.
out, and then what we're gonna do is gonna sear off the moose sliders in just a minute.
So this is your version of turducken.
Turducken.
Duck eggs, ground turkey, seasoning,
Chicken gravy.
and
Yep.
your homemade hot sauce in there as well.
Yep.
Then you breaded them up, and we're going to
We're
deep
gonna
fry
just
those.
Pop them in.
So we're looking for a nice golden crust
Yeah,
on there,
we got a
and we're
nice
going to put them on
golden.
here. Beautiful. Look at
Boom.
that. When we slice this open, we want the yolk to firm up a little bit, right?
You want a little softness.
A little bit?
You want a little
Right.
firm.
Okay, good.
Medium poach. So we're just going to let these guys go. I'm going to turn this down a bit and let them do their thing.
Okay, so our jam looks like the color is incredible. It's really
It's
intensified for
fantastic.
sure, right?
Yeah.
And then you show up with a bucket of fat.
Bacon fat.
Bacon fat. And, we can never have too much, right?
Gonna melt that down. Then we're gonna sear off our moose sliders. So they're nicely seasoned already. I'm gonna
Medium rare?
cook them medium well.
Yeah.
Just gonna let them go, do their thing.
All right, Chef, these are sizzling along, looking fantastic. I see we added some things to the grill. Our jam is reducing
Look
and
at that.
just really getting happy. I can't wait to try that. I think that's a perfect, the blueberries are perfect with wild game, right?
Oh yeah. Warming up a little bacon. I thought some creaminess with a little triple cream brie.
Anytime you put brie on anything,
Right on
it's
top.
a happy day.
I thought we'd throw it on a
All
grill
right.
real quick. I'm gonna put the bacon underneath.
Good.
Gonna move it to the smoker.
Yeah, put it in front
You
of
got
a
it?
pile of 900 wings.
We'll see you in a minute.
So we're just going to get a little bit of smokiness in there, get that brie cheese to melt.
So we have our brie, triple cream brie is like a smash.
Onion jam, you were calling it, but I think that's an understatement.
I'm hungry. That's why I'm hungry.
Working up an appetite, listening to Jay all day. Good thing I was walking by today.
So we're going to try these here.
Yeah,
We
let's
gotta
just-
try
let's
them.
do it.
All right. Isn't there some guy that kind of looks like you that tells you
It's
to
gonna get
lean?
messy.
You get
It's
the
gonna get messy.
you get the elbows out and lean
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah,
Is that it?
He does look like me.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
Saltiness of
The
the,
jam,
bacon.
the jam right out
that
of the way, right?
Sweetness of the jam. Can always judge a meal by its
Yep,
conversation.
yep. So let's stop talking and eat. So we got our turducken up here, and you were talking about some
And-
chicken gravy.
Yeah, so
tell me-
that's the trio to our trinity. Mirepoix, so celery, carrots, onions, a little good quality chicken stock we made. Just cook it right down, thicken it up just like you would for a turkey or anything like
Thanksgiving
that.
dinner. All right, we're going to drizzle that across. And,
Now there's our turducken.
ooh, I love the way it sizzles. on
That's
the
how you can
hot.
tell it's homemade right here.
All right, Chef, you got a knife over there. You're going to
I
join
do
us?
have a knife.
Oh,
Look at that.
that.
Yolk.
Oh my God.
I'm going first dip. You got to go for that egg yolk though.
Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Could you please not eat all of
Zero
that?
the good
Whoa, you guys, join us for a
really
taste.
good.
Yeah.
I got fingers.
Oh my God. You think I have that? We were going to talk about it, but forget it. Everybody's just jumping in. So. Adam, this is crazy. Mac and cheese, smoked mac and cheese. You had that sitting on the smoker for several hours at this point.
We did.
Pulled it off. You spooned it out on a waffle maker because that's what you would do.
I told you I was going to take smoked mac and cheese to the next level. So we've made a smoked mac and cheese waffle here. But of course, that's not enough on its own either. I've had this brisket, beautiful piece of meat on the smoker for overnight since yesterday. This is about 17 hours. And then
17
I
hours.
rest it for about 3 hours. My trick to brisket, nice juicy brisket. As soon as it comes off, I wrap it tight in tin foil, tighten a beach towel, and directly into the cooler.
And just forget about it.
Minimum 2 hours. I've let them sit as high as 6 hours. There's that money shot of juicy brisket.
So now what's next?
Let me make you one. It's we're gonna take a mac and cheese waffle here. I prefer the fatty point. How about yourself?
I'm going to let you make it the way you think I should
Okay.
be enjoying that.
I'm gonna slap this piece of brisket right on top there. And what we're gonna do is hit it with a bit of my homemade sweet and smoky barbecue sauce. A brisket mac and cheese waffle.
So I want to get a little bit of both. Or,
Yeah, you want a piece of brisket, piece of mac and cheese, get a bit of that sauce. You're gonna get a lot of smoke, a lot of creaminess from the mac and cheese,
Wow.
and then that meatiness of the brisket. So
That is incredible. Very
That's,
first thing, the brisket is cooked perfect. That's just beautiful.
Thank you.
That is super tender. The mac and cheese, though, that's a whole next level. The mac and cheese is smoky. The barbecue sauce, sweet. It's exactly what you called it, sweet and smoky. It's both. It's
It's
fantastic. Good stuff, man. Not sure if I can keep tasting food like this, but I'll try really hard because I know these wings have gone through several processes. They were brined. They've been on the smoker forever and a day.
Yep.
And you're going to season them up now, so I'll let you
Yep.
take it from here. Tell me what we're doing.
Okay, so I got two sets of wings. I got the set of wings that were brined, and then that we did the Cajun. And then these are the exact same wings, but what I've done is I've used Adam's homemade honey. So what I did is I infused it with garlic. Okay. Put them together for about 2 weeks, and they go through a transformation, and it comes up with some really nice, flavorful honey. Threw some chili flakes in there just for fun. So just kind of drizzle some on there. And then these are just plain wings. So I've got the first one is a buffalo sauce, because you know you can't have wings without
Buffalo sauce.
just saying, right? Literally Frank's hot and butter, and it's 1/3 to 2/3.
Okay.
And this one here, this is garlic parm. So it's like Parmesan cheese, butter, garlic, and a couple other flavors in there. So we just toss them around here.
Jamie, I'm getting hungry. Those wings ready or
Just in
what?
time, buddy.
Almost,
just in
buddy,
time.
almost, buddy. And then
I noticed you got 3 of each flavor there.
Yeah,
So
1, 2, 3, well,
2, 3.
That worked out
and if
well.
it's too hot, homemade
Is too
blue
hot?
cheese.
Is that a thing? Too hot? Let's dig in. Let's start with the Cajun. Wow, look at the color of the smoke in there.
Fantastic smoke ring.
That's good, just the way it is.
Yeah,
That's
right?
perfect. Yep.
These ones have your honey on them.
I think the standout on here, comparing to your wings, the same thing. They're so tender.
Yeah.
Just from that's the brine, I guess that does that. Eh? You know, it is Rocky's house, so I feel like I have to lean his way, but I'm not gonna. I kind of have to. No, really, really, Rocky, yours were much better. Yeah, they were the best wings for sure. We still have 2 more to try.
This is the buffalo.
Yeah,
Buffalo. All
we're
right.
gonna
Yeah.
judge Jamie's definition
Yep.
of a heat.
They'll probably taste bitter like its fans.
If there's a table, this wing will go through it.
That was great. That was great. I still think I like the dry rubbed one the best.
Garlic parmesan.
Garlic parmesan.
All right, let's do it.
And a bit of butter.
Well, just because we've ignored this homemade blue cheese dip he did,
We should all go in there.
we better get a hunk of blue cheese on there.
A little bit of everything going on this one: butter, Parmesan cheese, chili flakes.
I might take back the dry rub comment. I love blue cheese, so maybe I should have dipped them all in blue cheese, but that was great.
Nicely done, bud. That was
Thanks,
awesome.
man.
Great job,
Yeah.
Jamie.
Thanks, man.
All right, Adam. Once again, you knocked this one out of the park.
With some help, but
Get the-
yeah,
get the
I think
guys
we did
over,
well.
When you guys come over to watch a game or two, then this is what happens, right?
That's it.
Yep. That smoker was serious out there. Quickly run through. We started off with some wings.
So we got the wings there with Jamie's homemade blue cheese sauce. We've got the queso that Kevin did. We've got these amazing sliders that Andrew did with the moose meat and the bacon on top. and
Blueberry
brie,
onion jelly on that. It's
Blueberry onion
amazing.
jelly.
And of course, this is a star right here.
This is the brisket on top of the smoked mac and cheese waffles with the sweet and smoky barbecue sauce. And we've got the play on the turducken with the Scotch eggs. And we've got the New England clam chowder here that Jay did.
I think I've tasted just about everything, but I'm going to try some of that chowder just so that I can, you know, I can judge Jay even more than I have since I've been here. So you're right. It's kind of like a stew. Jay's hiding out there somewhere, but this is awesome.
Picked up some
Got
smoke.
lots of bacon, a lot of smoke.
Yeah, that's
So we weren't
fantastic.
sure about throwing it on the smoker, right?
Yeah,
Soup on the grill. So I noticed that this queso,
yeah.
and who was it that did the queso?
Kevin. Unfortunately,
Kevin had to leave early
didn't
today?
make it to
Kevin
the
had-
end of the episode, but
Any particular reason why Kevin did it?
left early.
Yeah, Kevin had to leave early. And this was the over-the-top queso. So
That's right,
That
so-
meat just kind of cooked over it and
Cooked over
And
it, and then
drizzled on.
eventually got crumbled into it. And
oh man,
you know, there's quite a few different types of cheeses and
that
everything
doesn't
else
look, that
in
doesn't
there.
look too good at all. Eh?
It's gonna be fantastic, I'm sure.
That's incredible. Everything's amazing. So listen, once again, thanks for the hospitality. This
Thanks
was
for
great.
coming
I
by.
appreciate you inviting us by and letting us try all some of this great food. Last time you knocked it out of the park when we filmed in your backyard. This time you, in only a way that Adam could do, you took it up a couple more notches.
I
So
appreciate
cheers,
it.
buddy. That's
Cheers.
awesome. Great.